Okay, so today is all about trees, and these are all my raw bonsai material trees that I've got in pre-training for various different things, Niwaki, uh, various like ornamental garden trees, and I do plan on doing some bonsai. I'm a complete beginner in bonsai. Watched lots of videos, and haven't really made a start yet, but I've been collecting trees for years now and growing them from seeds and stuff. So all I'm going to do today is put out a few of my favourites, some random ones, and I'm going to show you them and possibly do some pruning and stuff, and just talk to them, talk about them, and hopefully you'll find it interesting. So stay tuned, and I'll make a start. So these are all my seed-grown Japanese maple. They're not all seed-grown. The thicker ones are bought ones. These little ones are all seed-grown. They don't seem to do too well, so I've put them up here in a sheltered area, and they're doing okay. Some of them look a bit unhealthy, but they just seem to go like that sometimes, in my experience. That was that silver birch 5 tree clump bonsai that I made in the video that I did, and there was another little hazelnut one which I did as well. So they're all doing all right back here. So I just thought I'd show you them before we head over there and start pulling out some of these to have a look at. So this one is a flowering cherry blossom. It was picked up from the supermarket a couple of years ago, and all I've done is keep it cut back, and it's recovered nicely now. And I haven't cut anything this year, so this is all this year's growth. But it's quite a nice little tree, has nice blossoms on it. This one here is some sort of oak that I've salvaged probably about 2 years ago now, and from a garden clearance. So I haven't cut anything on this yet since I got it. I'm just letting it recover and grow. And to my surprise, it's got these nice little tiny leaves. So I'm not sure what variety of oak this is. If anyone knows, you can let me know, that'd be great. So at some point I'll have to do some pruning on it, but I think for now I'm going to let it grow. And I've got a couple of hawthorns. These were salvaged as well. So these I've had since last year. I collected these, and you can see they've recovered nicely. All that's grown this year. So I can train that branch off somewhere else, or get rid of it, decide what I want to do. And there was another one there. It's recovering, not growing as much. So that should be quite interesting. And I've got a couple of these rowan trees, mountain ash. They have the red berries on that the birds like. Again, these were salvaged from another garden clearance. All I've done is cut them off there because these were probably about 6 foot tall, and then this is what's grown this year. Same with that one. I think that was a sucker from another one. It came off the rootstock of a different type of mountain ash, so it had a little bit of root, so I put it in a pot. So I've had them about a year, and they seem to be doing well. So this one's a blackthorn, I believe. This was salvaged from a hedge that I was removing. and that was the year before last. So all this growth has grown over the past about 18 months or so. So I've just let it grow to strengthen and make sure all the roots are all in there. But we can start cutting some bits of these back. So that big branch I've left there, I'm just gonna cut some of it off just to keep it into sort of a shape. So that's probably all I'll cut off for now. And then I'll just let that grow again. And at some point I'll decide which branches to keep and which ones to get rid of. This is another one of them black thorn stumps that I removed from that hedge. And this one was a bit chunkier than the other one, but I didn't manage to salvage as much root. It just had these big thick things and a couple of little ones. But it's recovered nicely now. So I've just been letting it grow. But what I'm going to do now is just trim it back a little bit, just to stop these getting too vigorous and losing control of it. Also make it all more bushy. So I won't do too much to it at the moment because I haven't decided what branches I'm going to keep and what I'm going to get rid of. But just cutting it back, just cutting the tips off basically. We'll just encourage it to get more bushy. So it should make quite a nice little tree in the future. Quite a big tree really. This thing here is a type of willow. I got it from the supermarket. It came in one of them basket things, a living basket where it is. And there was about 12 of them in there. And I put them in pots. And this is what happened. I've been selling these and giving them away. And I've still got about 5 left. So I'm not sure if they're any good for bonsai. But all I've been doing is cutting them back. See, I've cut it there before, and there. So all I'll do is keep cutting it and letting it get more bushy. So I never take off too much, just all the long stuff, and just trying to keep the tips under control. This is a little experiment. This was a silver birch grown from seed, and I put some wire on it and left it on too long, and it all dug in. But I think it gives it character, and I tried to raise it up to expose the roots. So I think it turned out alright. Obviously I'm not a bonsai expert, so all I'll do is, again, same with the other ones, is just every now and then I'll just cut off the tips of everything. Or just get it into a shape, and then at some point I'll come through and decide if I want to cut any actual branches off. But I've got a few more of them, the silver birches, so it's fun to play around with them, see what happens. And this was a seed grown hawthorn. Again, I've just been messing around with it. I put wire on it earlier on in the year and kind of give it a corkscrew shape, the S shape. And I've done a little bit of wiring on these branches. So again, that's just for fun to see what happens. It's only almost 3 years old, that tree. This was a field maple. This sprouted up as a seedling a couple of years ago, and I put it in a pot and just chopped the top off last year, and that's what happened. So that's the field maple. Again, I'm probably going to have to prune it back at some point, but I can't really decide what to do with it. It's grown very strangely now, because I cut there, all these grew. It's kind of like an umbrella now. Still, should be interesting. Do you get trees that grow like that? So this is another cherry blossom tree. This one I've had a bit longer than the other one, and it's got a bit thicker. And you see it's kind of grown in this slingshot sort of shape. But all I've been doing is pruning it back every now and then, and occasionally removing branches that I don't want where they are. So that's quite a nice little tree as well. They have a nice blossom. Shame it doesn't last longer, but quite nice trees. Again, probably more ornamental tree in a pot than a bonsai, but you could bonsai it. So, hope you enjoyed that, found it interesting. So, like I said, I've got so many trees now in pots. I think I'm kind of addicted. All different types of trees and shrubs. I think I've got about 100 now. So, all I do is cut them back. I watch a lot of videos on bonsai, so I'm very interested in bonsai. But the problem is watering them all if they're all in bonsai pots. So at the moment they're all pre-bonsai in training. I've got bigger trees up here. You can see I'm using various techniques to try and shape them. Most of them end up as ornamental garden trees. Japanese call it Niwaki, I think. And there's various silver and red birches there. I've got a pine tree over there in a big pot. I haven't really pruned that. And Japanese maple. And there's a bigger oak down there. But these I'll show you in different videos, more close-up details. And obviously I've got various fruit trees as well. So, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Any questions or tips or ideas for me, let me know in the comments down below. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, everyone.